Alrighty, well, it's been a while, huh? How about a little bit of Let's Go Fresco for your fine Wednesday morning? Thanks for joining me, everybody. My name is Kyle Webster, and I will be your host today. And if you're watching over on Twitter or YouTube, remember that I'm following the live chat over on Behance. That's be.net/live. be.net/live or behance.net/Adobe Live. Hope you're all doing well out there. Let us know where you're watching from. Remember that we've moved on YouTube, our Adobe Live content from the Creative Cloud channel to the Adobe Live channel. So if you are a subscriber over on Creative Cloud and you want to watch all of the amazing live stream content that we have through Adobe Live, be sure to subscribe to that new Adobe Live channel. I know an email went out to people, but hey, people don't always read their emails, so I'm letting everybody know this is where the party is, Adobe Live on YouTube and on behance.net. All right, folks, so what are we doing today for Let's Go Fresco? We're going to talk about animation. Now, animation in Adobe Fresco is one of the best features you could ever possibly have in an illustration app. The reason being that A, it's super easy to use, okay? And B, I should have said reasons being, because there are multiple reasons. B, there are a couple of things you can do in Fresco that you just can't do anywhere else, and I'm going to show you what those are today. You're going to fall in love with them, and you're probably going to spend more hours of your life animating than you ever thought you would. So let's get cracking. First, I'll say hi to some folks who are joining us. What's up, Bliss? Nice to see you. Kathleen, hello, and Viola. Hi, hi, hi. Susan, how you doing? Steve, thank you for joining us. I see also that we have Omar. Hey, Omar, first time catching one of these? Awesome, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. XR, how you doing? And I see Cryo's here again. Enlightened Swami is here. Enlightened Swami, you're gonna give us some Swami-like wisdom and advice? Guru, please do. Anyway, Cody! What's up, Cody? Cody, great artist and friend, is here as well. Thank you for joining us. All right, gang, let's get cracking. Don't have all day, right? We have about an hour together. So we're gonna switch it on over to the old iPad, okay? And what we're gonna do is, I've got a document open here in Fresco. We're gonna start with a little sketcheroo, okay? And I'm gonna do this quickly. Just gonna use the default pencil here in Fresco in the sketching category. All right, my idea for today, for what we're gonna animate, is a very proud yo-yo champion. A yo-yo champion. Yes, why would I do that? Well, you'll see very soon that it has to do with what I could take advantage of with Fresco animation features, okay? So we're gonna have this yo-yo champion. He's really gonna think he's hot stuff here, okay? He's gonna be quite proud of himself. There he is, looking proud, okay? You know, yo-yo skills are nothing to scoff at. It's hard to be good at yo-yoing, okay? All right, now he's gonna be having a hand in a pocket here, looking all cash, right? As you do when something's just so easy for you. Okay, here he is. The other hand, of course, is gonna be out here with the old yo-yo there. One foot out that way, one foot out this way. Okay, shrink them down a little bit. Easy to resize, use the transform tools. And we're gonna have the hand here. All right, like this. Thumb up, like so. And then he's gonna have that that yo-yo coming down here, okay? So there's our basic idea there for our very proud of himself yo-yo champion. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of smooth things out here a little bit, thinking about these lines of action and just the general pose. Overdo that silly kind of pompadour kind of hairstyle he's got here. Okay, yo-yo champ. All right, we're gonna have in this illustration, we're gonna have some stars, you know, if we want to say what a big deal he is. You know what I'm saying? We want people to know this guy's a big deal. So we're gonna have some little stars highlighting that. And then like right up here, oops, like this. Yo-yo champ. You may be wondering why the word yo-yo popped in my head today. Well, it's very simple. Years and years ago, my daughter, when she was very young, liked to be cute and call me Daddy Dodo, and then eventually it turned into Daddy Dodo Yo-Yo, and then eventually it just got shortened to Yo-Yo. So she doesn't call me Daddy, she calls me Yo-Yo, and that's just what she calls me. So that is why that word was just in my brain. And then I thought, oh, let's do a yo-yo champion, because there's a few things here I want to show you that you can do. Isn't it great sketching with this pencil in Fresco, gang? I mean, look, I don't want to toot too many horns here for Adobe, but let me tell you, it's a great little pencil. Got some good news for you, by the way. Got, I think it's nine new pencils coming your way very, very soon in Fresco, and they all use this beautiful, true kind of tilt behavior that you know and love from our default pencil. Oh, you're just gonna eat them up. All right, so let's see. Any questions? I'm gonna just check and see. Psyched for this stream, says Linda. All right, thanks for joining us, Linda, and I'm glad you're psyched. Bruce, what's up? Let's go. Indeed. Did I say hi to Gareth? What's up, Gareth? Hey, Gary. All right, yeah, here we go. So cute. Well, thanks a lot. I'm glad you like Yo-Yo Man here. Well, there's our little sketch. I don't want to take too much time up with this sketch. I want to get to the good stuff. I want to start animating. Okay. But here's the ticket, okay? I do want to have a sketch that I can refer to when I'm drawing my line art and when I'm animating. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the animation panel right now, okay? Now look down here in the bottom right, and you're going to see there is a little 3 circles, okay, overlapping one another with a play button. Now I open that up, and down here what I see is my animation panel, my motion panel in Fresco, all right? Well, Kyle, what do I do with this thing? Easy peasy, let me show you. See this little plus sign right here? That is all you have to tap in order to get a next frame of animation, okay? A frame, in addition to the frames that are currently there. Currently we have 1 frame of animation. There's no animation, there's no movement, there's nothing here, okay? But just to show you how this works, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tap on this frame right here, okay? And look, I have options, okay? I can duplicate the frame, I can clear it, that means erase the contents. I can copy it, which means I can paste it down the road later on a separate layer if I wish, whatever, right? And I can even change the opacity of that frame, which, you know, that's pretty powerful because there are lots of things you can do with that. All right, now I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek at something you can do with that in a moment with a different illustration that I did. But while we're sticking to it here, all right, now what I could do is just hit the plus button and it gives me a brand new spanking new frame. There's nothing on it, all right? What if I want to see what was on the frame before? Well, that's kind of an important thing when you're doing animation if you want things to move smoothly and not look choppy. Tap on settings and here you'll see onion skin. All right, we'll just turn that on and voila, I can see the frame from before. you can control how many frames you want to see, all the way up to 10 frames, all right, of previous frames of animation and frames that land after the frame you're currently working on. I'm going to set it down to just 2 frames, okay? Keep it simple. Oh, look up here. What's this? This is how many frames per second you're going to have in your animation. Now, by default, we set it to 15, but we'll play around with that later. Your playback mode, do you want this animation to loop once you get to the end of the number of frames that you've drawn? Will it just kick it on back to the first one? That's one way to do it. You could also boomerang it, have it go to the end, and then trace its way back to the beginning backwards, okay? Or just have it play one time and then it stops. All right, so we're gonna stick with the old loop here for now. All right, okay. Let's now move on. I've got my second frame here. Okay, now if I were to just draw something like the yo-yo coming up this way, and then add another frame and have the yo-yo coming up this way and another one, okay, etc., I'm gonna hit play all. Now, you'll see I didn't take the man and have him appear on all the frames, but what I do have moving is that little circle that I drew, all right? So, now that you understand how that works, let's go back to those options here, and you'll see duplicate frame. Now here what I can do is simply erase that yo-yo right there, and now move it like this. I can duplicate that frame again, right? I can erase it again, and I can move it like so. See what we're doing here? This is really simple, right? Duplicate, you get the idea, erase, and move it. All right, so that our animation then is starting to move like this, and the guy stays still. Now what I really want to do though is for this animation, I want to have his hand move, okay? Like he's throwing the yo-yo down and then pulling it back up to have that yo-yo come spinning back up, all right? And there are a couple other things I want to do with it as well, but for now, that's as simple as I want to go. Have the hand move, have the yo-yo go up and down, and now you see how simple it is to create frame-by-frame animation. You're simply adding frames and then changing the state of the drawing however you wish, okay? So, in order to do this, what I'm going to do is, I'll go ahead and I'll delete these frames. You can just tap on any frame and delete it, all right? Just get rid of them like this. All right, and now we're going to start with this first frame. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have this hand up, okay, ready to go. Like this. Actually, what I want to do is have the hand more sort of facing me. I think that's going to be more accurate. So I'm going to do this. Have the back of the hand right here, like this. And like that. Okay, now, for the yo-yo position, I think to myself, if I had a yo-yo in my hand, what would I be doing? Okay, and I'm thinking about how that works with my wrist, you know. Use your own body to kind of get an idea, a sense of how you would do something, all right? That's always a good thing. Gonna make this a bit bigger. There we go. And that'll be fine for now. And what I'm just gonna do is animate the hand first, and then I'll come back to those same frames and add the yo-yo. Very easy to do. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna duplicate this frame, like so. Now remember, because I have onion skinning turned on, I can erase that hand, and then I can change it, right? So now it's angled down this way. Like that. And then I'm gonna duplicate that frame. Okay, now if I want to see all the hands from before, remember I can go to my onion skin and just increase the number of frames here. Now I can see the before state, all right, from 2 frames back, which is always a nice thing to be able to see. So here we are again. I erase what I just drew, and I'm just going to drop this down like this, and we're going to have that thumb right there. Now it's visible. And that first finger like this, okay? And now I have a sort of a back and forth thing. Now what I'm gonna do is leave that downward position. That's gonna be duplicated for a few frames, okay? While I have the yo-yo going down, and then he's gonna have to pull it back up. Now looking at the speed of things, this is what I wanna do with animation, is think about how fast things are, think about timing. I go to my settings, I look at 15 frames per second. I'm gonna reduce it down to 10, so I don't have to draw too many frames, but I still have some pretty smooth animation. Now I can just look at this for a second. That looks like a good speed for that to come down, okay? And I'm gonna leave it down for a minute, all right? What I'm gonna do is just take this frame and duplicate it, right? Like that. And it's going to make it so that every time I have the yo-yo in position, right, the hand is going to stay put while the yo-yo moves downwards. All right, now here, let me just delete that for a moment, because what I first want to do is add our main subject, which is the yo-yo. That's going to be moving up and down. How do I do that? Well, first I come back right here to the beginning, okay, and I'm going to have that yo-yo go down, and it's going to start about here. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to move to this second frame. Now, because I can see the yo-yo right there where I drew it, okay, I can just take that and duplicate it right here, like so. And then I can go to that third frame, and I can see right here what I need to do. I need to drop it down to about here. Okay, like that. All right, now what I can do is duplicate this frame, okay, and erase the yo-yo. Bye-bye. And just add that little string there. And we're gonna have it drop faster because I want it to accelerate, okay, as it's moving down, like this, right? Duplicate that frame again, and erase away what I've got there, and add to that little string there. And we're gonna, again, increase the distance. See this? It's accelerating, so it's moving further down, like this. And then one more, I'm gonna have it hit the bottom with a little bounce. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate again. And bye. I'm gonna pause for a second there. Can you move the layers to change the order? Oh, Sean, of course you can. Look. Long tap on any layer and boom, 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 move it wherever you like. So easy. Yeah, folks, we thought of everything. Don't you worry. Very easy, very easy. Elizabeth says, this is something I've been wanting to do in Fresco for ages. Nice, good, I'm so glad. Hey, you're not alone. I certainly wanted to do it as well. I was so excited when this feature was, we were working on it. So happy. All right, now I'm gonna slow things down a little bit. We're gonna pop it right here. All right, and then we're going to add another one, duplicate. And here, I'm just gonna like barely move it, okay, barely. Oh, and by the way, look, I just wanna make sure you all know you can do this. I could just grab it like this and, you know, move it a little bit. And of course, I'll do that with the final. I'm in the habit of drawing everything, but you know, it's important for you to know that you can do that. So down it goes with a little pop, and now he's going to move that wrist back up again, okay? So what I'm gonna do, check it out, is we're gonna come back to frame 2, okay, where I want him to pop that hand back up again, okay? And I want him to sort of do it quickly. So what I really want is, instead of the hand sort of midway back, I want it almost all the way up to the top. All right, so what I'm gonna do is duplicate this frame, okay? And I'm gonna drag it all the way back here to the end, alrighty? And then I'm gonna erase okay, anything I don't need here. And I'm going to take that hand position and I'm going to snap it up. Snap it like this. Snap. Snap. He's like snapping it up. Okay, so it's a pretty sharp action there, pretty sharp, snappy action. I'll increase the size of that a little bit. Isn't it great to be able to do this? You can just transform, make sure everything fits, looks good. All right, deselect. And as he snaps, what I want to happen is, for this string here, to suddenly start popping back, okay? But there's just going to be the tiniest little downward moment here where the yo-yo still just sinks down just a hair, okay, before we get to that. Because then it's going to just kind of accelerate on its way back up, okay? And that's what's going to happen there. So we can test what it looks like so far. We can say, all right, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. See how that's working right there? Not bad. Okay, so you can then take a look and see how that looks. Alrighty, Bliss has been lurking, ha ha ha. Oliver, let's go Photoshop is what I say when I'm waiting for it to open a bunch of files. Haha, that's funny. Jordan, what's up? Nice to see you. Fellow evangelism team, community team, awesome person. Thank you for being here. Alrighty. Cool. I'm just checking to see if I missed anything. Cody says, I really like the animation tool in Fresco. It's streamlined and simple. It is. It really is. It just so instantly, you just start making animations. It's great. But the motion paths really take it to another level. We're going to look at that with the stars that I've added. Got it? Okay. All right. So again, let's take a look. There we go. That's how things are looking right now. All right. Not too shabby. And now I just have to get that yo-yo back up to the top. So what I'm going to do is, from here, duplicate that frame, pardon me, and I'm going to really make it jump fast. Okay, so I'm coming all the way up to like here. Blammo. Okay, this is going to just really kind of kick it up fast. Duplicate that frame again, and it's really going to jump up. It's going to jump up all the way up to here now. And it'll slow down as it gets right up to the top, like where the fingers are. Okay, but this is kind of what we're doing here. Duplicate it one more time. And now we're almost at our starting point. This is where things slow down just a touch, okay? Like this. Yeah, timing is something you practice and get used to with animation. So now we can take a look. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Okay, so I feel pretty good about that. And there's our yo-yo champ. All right, there you go. All right, now that's the yo-yo part. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to do some line art over this. And so because I have this sketch layer right here, I can take the whole layer, I can transform it, I can transform all of the content. Okay, if I were to do that, I would say like this, just tap on transform. And look, it gives me choices. Do I want to transform just this layer? Pardon me, the frame, or the entire layer? That means all the frames I have of animation that are here. Now I want to do all the frames. I could say transform, I could shrink it, I can enlarge it, I could move it anywhere, okay? Now I don't want to do that, but I want to make sure you know that that's an option. I can also take this layer right here and go to my layer properties and reduce the opacity, because after all, this is a sketch and I want to draw on top of this, okay, with ink. So I'm going to make a new layer, and you'll notice that my my motion panel stays there on the screen, right? Unless I hide it right here, but I can always just leave it open. I'm still in animation mode. And now what I'm going to do is some line art. Okay, so let's do it. Now what do I want to draw with? Oh gosh, way too many choices. Too many. Lots of nice inking tools here. Natural inker, thick to thin, the wet ink. The Blake, gosh, I don't even know. Maybe we'll just keep it like super simple and use the basic pen in the sketching category. And I can just try that out, see how it feels. Feels pretty good line weight wise. And let's just do it like this. And besides, this is just a little demo for all of you. It's kind of changing the shape of his nose, but I guess I'll leave it as is. Okay, I need to add a little bit of smoothing here because I'm drawing at a weird angle. There we go. And now here comes that big hair. Woo. This guy just looks like a yo-yo champion. Whatever that means. Look at those eyebrows. He's like, I know I'm great. Alrighty, and there's his little collar. Little thumb sticking out there of the pants pocket. Okay. And here is the moneymaker. This is the yo-yo arm, right? Magical yo-yo skills. All those years of training paying off, right? Years and years of training. Actually, I think, you know what I want to do? I want to give him like more kind of like cool sort of sneakers. I don't know why. I just feel like he'd be like a kind of a Chuck Taylor kind of dude for some reason. You know? Don't know why. Jeans, but no belt. Jeans, but no belt. And, you know, when he has to sign autographs, he's got to have a little pen there in the pocket, okay? Especially when he's at these big events. All right, now, here's the deal, folks. I'm going to not draw the hand. Okay, why not? Because I want to use a separate layer for that, so I don't have to do like a lot of extra coloring work. So what I'm going to do is leave the body and all these other parts that are going to remain static. They're not going to move. I'm going to leave them all in their own layer here, and then I'm going to just animate the hand and the yo-yo. So I'm going to put those on a separate layer. So I just add another layer. Remember, don't forget, unlimited layers in Fresco. What? I'm telling you, it's like ridiculous. Unlimited layers. All right, now, new layer. Here comes the hand, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. And we'll have this finger sticking out here. Boop. And there's the hand. I think I'll also even put the yo-yo on its own layer because I want to. That'll just make my life a little easier. All right, so I've got that down now. I've got the hand on its own layer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a layer. Now remember, onion skinning is turned on. I can see it all the way through on all my layers, which is awesome. So now here I can just go like this, and I can see my sketch under there. It's really helpful. Okay, I can see exactly how I figured this out earlier, right? And that means I can go ahead and draw that there exactly the way it was in the sketch. Go ahead and add another layer. And again, thank you very much, Sketch, for being there so that I can see exactly what my decisions were earlier on when I was figuring all this stuff out, right? There's that middle finger there, and then that first finger there, okay, as the yo-yo drops. Now the cool thing is, all I have to do now is duplicate that hand, okay, for the number of frames required. Excuse me for scratching my eye so much. We were in Germany for a week, came back, and boom, my allergies just came racing right back. So clearly, living in the States is not doing me any favors, in North Carolina anyway, allergy-wise. No, it's not helping. I have to just keep scratching, and I really don't want to rely on taking those medicines like, what's it called, Claritin and things like that, but at the same time, the itchiness is just beyond belief. All right, back to our hands. You don't care about my allergy problems, do you? Vicky is here. Vicky. What's up? How you doing? Where did that sound come from? What sound? Don't know what you're talking about. All right, so there's our hand. Let's just play. There we go. Cool. All right, now the next step is the yo-yo. So let's go ahead and add another layer. Okay, we're coming right back to the start, but I can still see my sketch, which is so great. The sketch is there. It's got everything I need right there. So, blammo. We just take our yo-yo and we draw it one time, okay, like so. And then what I do is I say duplicate, like that. And now remember, I can just move that frame. Beep. Like so. Oh my gosh, so easy. Done. Come on, guys. It's too easy. Duplicate it again. Move it. Beep. Okay? If you don't make sound effects when you draw, then you're missing out. Okay? You gotta do it. You don't want your drawing experience to be sad. All right, now let's go ahead and do it again. Well, you know the drill now. Duplicate, transform. We pull it on down, and done. All right, and duplicate again. Simple, and transform. Right? Folks, we're trying to save you time. That's what we're trying to do here. All right? That's the goal. Animation doesn't have to be this like really long, painful process. It can be if you want, but it doesn't have to be. That's what we're saying here. Okay? That's our motto over on the Fresco team. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Put that on a t-shirt. Okay, how we looking? How are we looking with our action? Let's see. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Hey, why is the hand doing that? Well, don't worry, folks. We have to duplicate that hand. Remember? Easy peasy. We come back and we say, hey, once that hand is down, duplicate, right? This way, everything's going to work out timing-wise. We look and see how many total frames do I have for the sketch, right? Well, if you really want to know that and you don't want to go to the sketch layer and figure all that out, here's what you do, gang. Go to Settings, turn on Document Timeline. Kablam. Now, once you do this, okay, you can see all the frames. See that? I can tap all the way through at the end and see that I'm now overlapping 4 frames on the beginning of my hand animation, okay? So that's really helpful because then I know exactly how many total frames I have. Currently there are 11 frames. 11 frames, okay? So I know that there's going to be an overlap issue right there. My timing is not right yet, but that's okay. We knew that from the beginning because of our sketch. So this is going to duplicate until the moment when it pops back up again, right? So let's go back to our yo-yo layer here, and let's see what happens when I duplicate it again. This is that tiny little moment where the hand pops back up again to bring that yo-yo up, all right? So we have one more transformation to do. It's just right there. It's the tiniest little movement, okay? And now things are going to be traveling back upwards. Now notice that the hand, okay, is already kind of in the right position, honestly. So I could leave that hand there, okay, and then let the yo-yo travel back up. So let's see how that goes. Duplicate. Whoops, wrong layer. Go to the hand, Kyle. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, so we went from this to that. Okay, but here, I need to make sure to have the different hand position here, okay? So what do? Travel back to your first frame, duplicate, and remember, long tap and drag all the way to the end. Okay? Come here, you. Bam. Now I've got the hand in the right position for that upwards jog, okay? Right there. We're in good shape. And I'm gonna leave it there. Duplicate, 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 and duplicate, okay? That's 12. We don't want 12. I know that I have 11 frames of animation. Okay, now the thing to do is move the yo-yo back up. Very simple to do. And I have my timing done with my sketch. Go back to the yo-yo. We go to the 7th frame, the 8th frame, and now I know that I can duplicate it. And I follow my sketch. So we transform. Remember how it jumps up right to there? And that felt really good when we were looking at the sketch. So we're going to keep exactly the same timing. Not going to make any changes here. There we go. And then again, duplicate and transform. Okay, somebody make like a cool techno song with this. Duplicate, transform, duplicate, transform. Somebody's gonna fire me. Okay. Duplicate, transform, and here we go. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. That was our 11th frame. Now let's look at the action. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Feels good to me. What are we missing? The string. We're missing the string. So easy. We just add a string. We can put it on its own layer if we want. We can add it to the yo-yo layer. Doesn't matter. Do what you want. But here's what I'm gonna do. Put it on my own layer because I can. There are so many layers. You can just do layer after layer after layer. Let's do another layer. And let's start with the string right here. And that's where it's attached to the finger, right? And then we're just gonna leave it like that, connect it a little bit right there. And then we say duplicate. All right, now it just comes down like this. And we erase previous little bit right there. And then we say, actually for this I'm just gonna draw new frames. I think that would be probably an easier way to go. So we're gonna come down like this, kablam. And see, I can see that perfectly. And don't forget about smoothing. If I crank that smoothing all the way up to 100, it'll make it a lot easier for me to draw like these long flowing lines, right? I don't know if I want it to like carry out. I think I kind of want to just stay along this line and have it carry in like that. I think that's going to be more natural kind of looking. Sort of an S curve. I like it. Now it's getting pulled up. So I'm going to curve it like that and have it change like this. And then we go again. And now, bam, up it goes. So we're gonna curl it out and bring it in here. curl it out and bring it in here. And then we shorten that distance, and that's 11 frames. Strings on its own layer, play all. Wow, I love it. And I love how the string moves too. This feels very natural, so this is like a cool thing. Okay, so what do we do next? All right, folks, I'm glad you asked. All right. Hey, Jordan, can't wait to meet you at Max, either in person anyway. Would be cute if there's a little head nod, hair bounce. Oh, Becca, totally. If I had more time, this thing would have a lot more movement. I just wanted to, within an hour, try and get something done for you all. I promise you are on the right page there with how to make it a lot more interesting. The hair bounce, all those kinds of things, a little head nod. There's so much you could do to just make this more, come to life. You know what I mean? I feel you. I agree. We're on the same page. Okay, so now, what about those stars? What do we do about those? All right, here's the deal. So we're animating on 11s. I have 11 frames, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these stars move around, okay, in the animation. And let me show you how easy it is to do this. You're just gonna say, what? Impossible, it can't be that simple, but it is. I'm gonna draw one star, just one. Okay, there we go. And I'm just gonna fill it with color. Use that color margin slider, bam. Get it right up to the top. Whoops, not that high. Okay, there's my star. And here's what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take the star and I'm gonna say, right here, down at the middle of the bottom of my motion panel, path. Now once I tap on path, all I have to do is draw a little path. See that? And just like that, it moves along the path. Could it be any simpler, folks? Could it be any simpler? But wait, there's more. Speed. Look down here. Frames. Now I'm animating on 11s. What's, something you could divide by 11? 66? Sure, you could do that. You could do 44, it'll move faster, right? Like that. You could go all the way down to 11. If I want it to be really fast, okay? But I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do 22. Right there, and you can long tap right here and just do 22, like that. All right, so there's one star. Cool, now what? Oh, check it out, this is so easy, guys. You're gonna lose it when I do this. Couple options. One, you can just do this. Draw another one like that. Come on. Is this for real? Are we serious? Is this really happening? Are you saving me this much time already? You can totally do this. Yes, you can do this. But look. Grow and shrink. What? Let's make them grow and shrink. They're gonna get bigger and smaller by a factor of whatever you want. I'll make it happen like 3 times. They're going in and out. They're getting bigger and smaller. Let's make them sway. They're swaying back and forth. Okay. Let's go ahead and randomize them a little bit. Okay, you can even add multiples. Go crazy. There's so much you can do here. All right, but that's not what I'm gonna do. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. In fact, I'm just gonna start with this one here. This guy's fine, okay? He's gonna do a little bit of growing and shrinking. Actually, I'll make it even crazier like that. There we go. Now remember, I can transform this. I can transform it. So I'm gonna take it and I can do the layer, content, and motion paths. Okay, I can transform all of it. I can move it to exactly where I want. I can rotate it. I can resize it. Okay, I can transform it. Say done. When I hit play, it's still gonna do its thing. It's still gonna do its thing. Okay, very cool. Now, all I do is duplicate that layer. Okay, and now transform layer, content, and motion paths. I'm gonna move that star over here. And then check it out, if I tap on path, I can delete that path just by tapping on that little X. And now I can create a brand new path for this guy right here. I'm just gonna go a little circle like that, like that. Okay, so now he's got his own little path going on. different star, different path, okay? The grow shrink, I can just make that a little less crazy. We'll go down to like, 36%. That's fine, right? The sway factor, you push it the other direction so it looks different from the other star right there. You can resize it. You can do whatever you want. But then I say, okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Let's duplicate it again. Duplicate. And I'll just move it elsewhere. Remember, I can move everything. Just move it. Do one over here. Make it a little smaller. Okay. Done. There we go. And now again, with the path, I can turn on the paths and I can just get rid of it and make my own path. I'll just do a circle-y, sort of this kind of thing like that. Cool, I like that. That works for me. I like it, I like it, I like it. Remember, it's gonna remember the number of frames right here. See that, 22 frames, it's still doing the 22 frame. If I wanted to go faster, I could like long tap on that and do 11 frames. Now it's gonna be faster than the other ones. So you can work on different timing, okay? It's gonna loop twice for every one time that the others loop. Isn't that fun? And I kind of like the way that is, and I like how fast it is. So I might just throw another one like right here, like that. Or I might draw it, here, let's do it in a different direction. We'll go this way, like that. So they're not moving in the same direction right there. Can use that multiple path idea. Very cool. And we'll say pause here for a minute. All right, now let's go ahead and do one more. So I'll take that original one there and I'll duplicate it. And we'll just transform everything. And I'm gonna put it, let's see, over here, make it smaller. And then we're gonna get rid of that little motion path right there. Do our own little motion path. This one will be simple. We'll just go this way, that way, this way, that way, like that. Okay. And one more of those, maybe like here. I don't know, what's it gonna look like? Let's hit play and see. I can definitely move that other one from here. I can move it to the right. So watch this. I'm gonna say bye-bye, and I'm just gonna draw it like right there, like this. I think that'll probably be better. And down here where it says randomize, I'm gonna reduce that number right there so things stay pretty close to where I've drawn the paths, okay? And I'm gonna transform all of this on this layer. See these two little stars right here? I'm just gonna slide them on up this way so things kind of feel a little tighter where I want them. Done. And then for that first star we drew, this guy, whoops, where is he? Is it this guy? There he is. I'm gonna move that guy here. Actually, that's a better location for him right there. Now I've got some overlapping stars there. Let's see. I've got that guy. I've got this guy. I should have been paying more attention to where I drew my stuff. Ah, okay, I got that guy. And this guy is where? Oh, there you are, okay. So he's overlapping with him. Okay, I don't think I need him. I guess I'll move him over here. We'll move him. So we'll go to transform. Put him over here. See if that makes any kind of a difference right there. There you go. You get the idea, right, gang? In fact, I might just draw another path. Just a circle. That looks pretty cool. All right, there you go. It's too easy. This is the problem. This is the problem. It's easy, but it's addictive, and then you wind up making too many animations. You're supposed to be doing other stuff, but you can't help yourself, and oh gosh. Let's go ahead and make another layer, guys, because I got one more thing to do right here. Check it out. Yo, whoops, I've got my let's get my pen. Yo champ. Yo champ. And doesn't he know it? Yo champ. All right, now what I'm gonna do is check it out, make another layer, and just write over it again. Why are you doing this, Kyle? Why would you do this? Well, you know that thing you see sometimes where like there's just a little kind of vibration in the type, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm just writing over it a couple times, and there'll just be like a little tiny vibration where it's not totally the same. Okay, you know, so like it just kind of like vibrates like that. You see people do that all the time, right? You see that in animation all the time, in titles, things like that. It's just so easy. Now let's hide our sketch layer. Bye-bye. Whoops, wrong one. Bye-bye, there. We hit our sketch layer. Here's our nice clean animation, folks. Yo champ. There he is, very proud. And then what do you do with it? You want to make an animated GIF? Sure, why not? You want to make an MP4? Sure, why not? How about a PNG sequence? Whatever you want. Come up here. Okay, here are our sharing options. Go to Publish and Export. And now go to Motion right here. MP4, that's going to do a full-scale MP4, exactly the same dimensions as your document. You can also change it from automatic to web ready. It's going to knock it down to 1080 by 1080. All right, you could do a GIF. And when you say generate frames, look at this. Fresco says, cool, I got you, I got you. And then bam, we are ready to go. Preview your animation. It's going to loop. Everything's going to run in time because I'm working on those 11s, right? So we go to Export, and you can just save that image. Blammo. And now you've got your animated GIF ready to go. Couldn't be easier. MP4, same thing. PNG sequence, you're set. So what do you think? What do you think about animation and motion in Fresco? Have we not made this very easy? We have, but folks, we're going to continue to develop this, of course. So we want to hear from you. What is it that you want in the app? Do you want to be able to hold on a frame? Of course you do. We're working on that. Do you want to be able to have an object rotate, okay, rather than just sway? Well, of course you do. Wheels on a car, wheels on a bike. You want to just automate that kind of thing. We're working on that, okay? There are several things we are doing to improve this feature, but it's always great to hear from everybody out there. So a couple things you can do. Number one, you can hit me up on Twitter at Kyle T. Webster, okay? But here's what I really recommend. Come over here, okay? I'm gonna go back out to my home screen. And if you look over here where it says new and upcoming features, just tap on that, all right? And where we go down to what's coming, what do I see here? Suggest features. That's the magic button. Suggest features. You tap on that and write us a note. Folks, this does not just get sent to some, you know, little holding place in the middle of nowhere. You know, no. This comes straight to the team, product managers, okay? And we look at these requests, and of course we prioritize based on, first of all, how many people are asking for the same thing. So that's important. So make your voice heard. But then also, you know, is this something we think is useful for our users, of course? And but you got to get in touch with us and let us know, because we are building this app and have been doing it with you from day one. Since Fresco launched in 2019, there have been over 100 updates. Can you believe that? 100. That's because we update Fresco every 4 to 6 weeks with the new features, with improvements, with all kinds of stuff. This is a really fast-moving app. And those of you who've stuck with us since the beginning know it to be true. But there you go. Simple, isn't it, to animate in Adobe Fresco, okay? Now, I promised you I'd show you an image that used the transparency. Go to my files here. So we'll do that right before we leave. And here you go. You want to just use the opacity in your frames? Check out what you can do. Look at the lights here on the car and on the motel sign. See that? Very cool. That's just transparency. I'm just changing the frames transparency. If you look at the frames, 100 right here, 100. Go to the next one and look at it, 60, right? I'm just changing the transparency. And that's what's creating that simple animation. And of course, the rain is motion paths with multiples and scatter and randomization. So there you go. Folks, thank you for joining me. Hope you had a great time. Go out there and animate something in Fresco. Make it great. Share it. And remember to use the hashtag Adobe Fresco. And the other one is Adobe Drawing. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember to be kind. And I will say ciao for now.